أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Please recite aloud salawat to incorporate all the Anbiya, the Awliya, the A'immah, the believers from the time of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam till Qiyamah in our ibadah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Another salawat please to assist the 12th Imam in guiding us by allowing our intentions and attentions to stay here for developing and growing. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. And a third salawat for the eradication of those who aim to destroy the guardianship that are connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Alhamdulillah, we understood that we have three unique canvases to paint. We have the inner canvas, the canvas of the family unit, and the canvas of the socio-political realm. We said that in all three canvases, we have to be under the guardianship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It arrives in three different ways. In the inner canvas, it arrives as the intellect. In the canvas of the family unit, arrives as the Baba. And in the socio-political canvas, it arrives as an individual who understands the Sharia as an expert. Question: is it the case that the knowledge alone of the Sharia is sufficient? So if I train an AI agent to the capacity that it understands all of the Sharia and becomes well versed in the rulings of, let's say, the Maraji'in of not just this time but all times, okay? Could then we take that particular AI to be the guardian of that particular realm or canvas? Say, in the family canvas, can a mom come and say that, na'udhu billah, we don't need dads. I'll ensure that I get an AI programmed agent with all the masculine traits that internet can find, and I'll ensure that my kids spend so much time with that particular agent that they acquire whatever that agent is trying to deliver to them. And there you go. I've done away with the need for this entire position. In the inner canvas, can an individual say, I don't think I have to make decisions anymore. I'll leave the decision onto an AI agent where I'll simply program into it what my anger is saying, what my shahwa is saying. And I'll obey simply that agent in that particular canvas. In the first two, it becomes very easy to say that, wait a second, no, simply having the knowledge structures isn't sufficient to come under the guardianship of it. There's more traits required than simply the appearance of facts. There has to be a surety against hallucination and corruption. In the inner canvas, it's very easy to understand that if I outsourced all my decisions to this agent and not my own intellect, then am I out of my decisions growing myself? Or I find myself as an individual who has actually simply aligned himself in a singular decision. The decision to follow whatever AI agent says. You see that? They plant a chip in my head. It looks at the different frequencies of the anger faculty and the shahwa faculty occurring on the physical canvas. And then there you go, it tells you how to act. And you don't have to think, you just simply act. Does that grow you? You might perform actions which seem to display collective, constructive behavior. But it's not you who made those particular decisions at all. Your intellect didn't get refined. Your intellect learned to simply be a silent, subservient, dumb listener. You see? Coming under the guardianship of Allah does not mean that our intellect turns off. If that's the case in the inner canvas, that's the case in all canvases. Salawat, please. It's important to understand that the job of the intellect was one. It was to grow through experiencing the positions where it has to make decisions. We said that every position in the family unit goes through a journey and then transitions to another position. It's important to understand that it was the job of the intellect to grow with every decision that was brought in front of it. In a very similar manner, it was the job of the Baba to grow with every situation that was coming before. In the fact becoming observant of the guardianship, does it mean to turn our calculations and calculators off and simply be na'udhu dumb followers? Hayhat. Coming under the guardianship does not mean that you stop growing. Rather, coming under the guardianship means that you learn from that guardian how to grow. It's not the case that you tell yourself whatever you're thinking is wrong, just be quiet, simply obey, obey, obey. You see it? It means that an individual understands that when I say sama'an wa ta'ata, I'm saying I hear, I understand and grew, thus I obey. Understand? Ita'ah has humility in it, right? And willingness. Humility is before the position. Willingness comes from when I understand and have grown by that particular position. If a father sees that I'm having the most difficult time in guiding this family, those who are under me aren't obeying me. If a manager sees that I have a tough time guiding those under me, those who are under me simply aren't obeying me. They haven't understood that the particular scenario is a test for me to grow and a test for them to grow. For me, the growth is in learning how to take the what's that are occurring in their minds and make them understand the hows of it. As soon as I've communicated in a way where I'm no longer on their team, but rather I'm against them, I'm the opposite team. Typically, that's when I'll find out through experience that now they don't want to obey. You see, obedience, ita'ah, is linked specifically to a trait called love. Imagine I have a brother that is younger than me and I'm trying to guide them towards a particular direction so that they become happy and the collective around them becomes happy. If I treat them and act with them in a way in which I find myself as an opposition to them, I will simply get swindled myself, swindle them, and the entire collective will get swindled. However, if I make them understand through experience that I'm with them, I'm on their team, I'm not here to change the what, I'm here to help you assist in the how. Man, you want to play, you have a need inside you right now to play. I'm not here to tell you don't play. Let me help you figure out how to play. You see that? In a very similar manner, the intellect on the inner canvas goes towards anger and says, "Oh, anger, I'm not here to tell you to disappear. I'm here to nurture you so that you properly appear." In the family canvas, the Baba too has to ensure that their communication is one which is unique. The Mama and those who are under the Baba, including his person, the person of the Baba is under the position of the Baba. You see it? I really want pizza every day, but the position of the Baba requires that I feed my family in a way which pleases them. They hate pizza. You see it? The person of the Baba is also under the guardianship of the position of the Baba. You see it? The job of the position is to assist an individual in figuring out how to go about their needs. Sometimes a Baba gets swindled. A Baba says, because I'm a Baba who loves pizza in a family who doesn't like pizza, we'll never have pizza because I want to be a good Baba now. No, Aziz Dilam, we haven't become a good Baba there. My person had a what? The need to eat pizza. My position was supposed to guide my person towards attaining that need in this collective. You see it? We all get to pick a day in which we get to eat what we want. This day, the Baba too picks. You see it? Actual growth and artificial growth are different. Actual growth doesn't let pressure cookers come to play. Artificial growth does only one thing. It takes the pressure of all and puts it in one, so then when one pops, the all pop. You see that? The position that guards the Jalal of Allah in the family, the guardianship of the authority and majesty in the family, is that of the Baba. And I've just covered some advice with regards to that type of guardianship. But in the family canvas, we also have a guardian of the Jamal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A protector of beauty and the emanation of beauty, which is what? Hub, love. You see? Whenever you find a beautiful painting, you say, what? I love this. We connect beauty to love innately. You see? So the guardianship of the love in the family unit is the position held by a unique person in the family, the mama. she too is under the guardianship of her position. You see that? If the Baba was to ensure collective growth, the Mama is to ensure collective safety. You see that? Some mamas get swindled in a unique way. The swindler comes to them and says, to be a great mom, you have to disappear. Is it? And makes them forget that if they don't take care of themselves through the intellectual faculty, in their position, they perhaps will never appear. Instead of being a guardian of love, they'll be the destroyer of love. You understand? Just like how if the Baba gets swindled, instead of being the guardian of authority, he becomes the destroyer of authority. He becomes such a tyrant that kids not only hate this particular authority, but all authorities. You see that? The guardian that was to be in charge of love in the family unit can also get swindled. They feel that if everybody else is happy, but I have eroded and corroded myself, that's okay. Without realizing that by taking the pressures of all onto one, I've simply put a time bomb, you see. I've been swindled into ensuring there's a time bomb on this canvas. And the swindler ensures that at the time where love is most needed, that's when the bomb should go. You understand? The swindler is at play in both particular roles. He doesn't leave them alone. In the inner canvas, it works in a similar way. Some individuals thought spirituality means to stay away from whatever we want. We want to get married, na'udhu billah. Purity means don't ever marry. We want to eat good food and meat, but rather spirituality means go into the eat just the dew on the leaves, na'udhu billah. Yeah. Where one society in the West started to claim absurd things like humans are actually monkeys, another society in the East claimed other absurdities and said humans are to be monks. We are neither monks nor monkeys. Azizillah. One got distracted and swindled in the material existence of man. The other got distracted and swindled in the immaterial existence of man. Where Tawheed came and said, Aziz man, the real you is neither this nor that, it's the oneness within both. The real you is the oneness within two. So now in the inner canvas, we have the shahwa faculty occurring and it gets swindled. Sometimes it gets swindled into saying, I shouldn't exist, huh? I shouldn't want. It's okay, I shouldn't want respect. It's okay, I deserve to be treated badly. No. forgetting that by claiming that, I'm claiming that I own myself and I can now decree that this creature doesn't deserve respect. Well, the true owner had said what? The true owner had said, the hurma of the heart of a believer is greater than the Kaaba itself. So, oh, you person, understand that in the position of managing yourselves, you have to ensure you don't allow for your heart to get broken. Can't put yourself down. Understand? Self put downs are just as bad as other put downs others put. When it comes time to the family unit, this swindle occurs in a unique way. The Babas project externally their authority, display of it in excess in one measure. Yeah. And that causes everybody to run from authority. See? In other times, the swindler comes and says, Babas, give away your authority. And in that particular way, everybody else, instead of learning to be subservient to a position, ends up saying, what? I am the authority. You see, family structures in Islam are unique. A human marriage is different than a non-human marriage. A Muslim marriage is different than a non-Muslim marriage. An attentive marriage is different than a inattentive marriage. The job and role was not for me to sway one way or to sway the other. I had to ensure that I communicated the importance of authority in my family and maintain it. Neither intensify it to one direction where individuals flee from it, nor sell it so cheap that everyone becomes a claimant to it. Understand? Both are swindles. Yeah. For the mamas, it's not the case that I'm to give so much love that I destroy myself inside and become numb. Nor that I leverage love in a way where I use that to now gain authority. The second point I'll open up here, inshallah. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You see, in the Battle of Karbala, we learn quite uniquely how love is to act and how authority is to act. See? Love closed the lights and said, thereafter, me, go if you wish to go. Understand? Love said, the connection I have with you is not one where I'm going to say, because you love me, stay. Understand? If you love me, stay. The usage of love in the household of the Ahlul Bayt is not this particular way. Love is not used as a guiding stick to pull. Love works from the back to push. Authority pulls, love works from the back to push. You see that? Such that even if the lights went off, even if the Baba said, you guys, it's okay, don't listen to me today. The love comes and upholds the authority and say, no, you're a Baba, huh? Understand? The love gets swindled sometimes into coming out and being a pulling force instead of a from the back pushing force. You see, when we say Bismillah, the word, the ism Allah is an ism of authority. It comes before. You see that? But that which comes from the back pushing us towards Allah is the two names of love. Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. You see it? It's so innate that even when the swindler wants to swindle us, it uses this type of relationship of love. And it comes and says, because Allah is so Rahman, go disobey Him, He'll still forgive you. Yeah. That's the swindle when it comes to love. The swindler always acts in the same pattern. It tries to undermine authority with the display and claim of love. You understand? This occurs in the inner canvas. It also occurs in the family canvas. How it occurs in the socio-political canvas is the talk for tomorrow, inshallah. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You see, love is a unique trait that doesn't mean to take. Love is associated with a unique thing. Imagine your moms, every single one of you. Imagine your mother. Do you remember when she took from you that makes that particular memory and love come about? Or do you remember when she gave to you that causes that particular love to come about? It's in the giving of the hug that you remember, or the fact that she accepted and took a hug from you that you remember. She said, come give me a hug. That's what you remember. We'll see that even if we love them and they said, come give me a hug, and we went to hug them, the thing, the action, the attention, the direction from which love truly emanates for us is when she is giving and we are taking. It's in her giving the hug to us, her giving a kiss to us. Yeah. Love, quite literally, is emanated through giving. Yeah. And hence, when it's used to take, it becomes something called a hypocritical love. Yeah. Authority, is it when the others listen to you that you claim they have authority? Authority is a unique measure too, it's the exact opposite. Authority is understood in the taking. Is it when the guide or guardian obeys you? Is it when they take from you your words that you feel them to be a guide or guardian? Or is it when they take from you your submission, your willing surrender? You see that? Authority is innately tied to taking, but taking of what? Taking of a willing submission. Understand? When authority gets swindled, it turns into tyranny. The taking without the willingness. You see that? When authority comes and says, give me, and demands to be given without willingness, it's tyranny. Aziz man, a Bismillah is not complete without love and authority, such that authority comes first and love pushes us towards it. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. A lot of the times we don't understand that the authority's job was to ensure that we have a system at play. The authority's job was to understand that we're here to develop and grow collectively. The love's job was to ensure that it provided both rahma and rahimiyah. Two jobs. It had to provide general mercy, generally have the needs met, and specific mercy, specifically have the needs met. We love our mothers for two reasons. Generally speaking, they ensured we were always fed, and specifically speaking, she cooked things which I love to eat. You see that? Rahma and Rahimiyya are the two things that mothers are guardians of in the household. Providing general needs of the house in terms of sustenance, taking care of deficiencies, preserving those in the house so the deficiencies don't consume them. لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, as the Quran says. So you seek sukoon, tranquility in her. Yeah. Some fools come here and say, no, here now the Quran means both. Azizam, it says ha. Please don't read it. You've messed up English with your nonsense. Don't mess up the dhama'ir, the pronouns of Arabic. Ha is for a lady, a position for motherhood. The guardian, the representative of Allah, the representative and the displayer of the Rahmaniya of Allah and the Rahimiya of Allah in the household becomes the position of the mother. The representative which should be embodying both the Rahmaniya and Rahimiya and all other traits in one, and hence come out as the display of entire authority. Yeah. That becomes what? The representative of Allah in the house is who? The father. The wilaya, the guardianship of the father is validated by who? Uncle Tom? No. The wilaya of the father in the house is something which is upheld by who? Allah. Salawat, please. The swindle comes here. Both in the family unit don't recognize that it's not me versus you. Just because you're the department head of authority, right, doesn't mean I'm any less than you. Exactly as how the sifat of Allah are not less than one another. Yeah. But each sifa of Allah does a unique display and appearance and use for a specific purpose and role. You see that? Can somebody come and say Al-Mudil, na'udhu billah, is less valuable, but Ar-Rahman is more valuable? Such a thing is not possible. Yeah. Yes, you're the department of Allah's authority, but that which gave you value was who? Allah, correct? And hence, if I am the departments of Allah's mercy, then that which gives me validation is also who? Allah. And if our source is the same, then our positions in value are the same. Having the same position in value doesn't mean they're the same in their display too. You see that? Even in Bismillah, can you flip them? No. You see that? The authority comes first, and the love pushes the masses towards following the authority. Aziz man, you guys want your needs met. The best way to have your needs met is to have the ita'a of one who knows the whole system of how to make the best way to get your needs met. وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ. Run towards that particular authority. You were already running to have your needs met. Let me help you, push you towards the position of authority so they can help you in getting that need met. See that? Sometimes when we're surrounded by individuals who sometimes for whatever reason don't have attention left to give, the swindler comes and makes us use our attention in requesting attention from those who have nothing left to give. Yeah? No, Azizaman. Manage your attention. Salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. When it comes time to gaining and learning, and comes time to understanding the inner canvas, understanding the family canvas, understanding the socio-political canvas, when it comes time to being the guardian and the position of authority of Allah, or the guardian in the position of the rahmah and rahimiyah of Allah in the family unit, attention to what we're doing and what our role is critical. How critical? Look, you're consistently made to choose attentiveness over different emotions. In the time of subh, you're made to choose attentiveness towards Allah over sleep, the exhaustion. See that? In the time of dhuhrain, both are different. I'll collect them for the sake of this particular time. You're collectively asked to find that particular attentiveness and direct it towards Allah, and hence not be swindled by earning in the way of Allah. You're supposed to experience the will and want to be productive, and yet still submit your attention and entirety towards productivity in your salah. See that? In the morning, you craved and wanted rest, right? To grow and be fresh, correct? And you were directing your attentiveness for freshness in salah. And the Holy Quran says, do not come close to salah when you have sukr, drunkenness. One of the tafasir says here the drunkenness means the drunkenness of sleep. Yeah. Near Maghribain, you're supposed to be going towards rest and the next day, correct? Your physical body is tired, but you're directed to take your attention away from that and find growth in what? Salah, submission. In the month of Ramadan, you're meant to experience difficulty in the form of controlling a lot of yourselves. The majority that we understand typically is hunger and thirst. And told while you're experiencing that, bring your attention towards the submission towards Allah. Yeah. In the month of Muharram, in a similar way, you're meant to be drowned in grief. But are you supposed to be left there, or use that in a way to bring your attentiveness towards the submission of Allah? Go read Ziyarat Ashura. إِنِّي أَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَى اللَّهِ. Oh Abdullah, I want you, I want the love of your whole family, I want the love of the Holy Prophet, I want all of these things for one reason. Why? So that I get taqarrub to Allah. Salawat, please. This exactly is when we get swindled. Whenever we forget that no matter what we were given in our inner canvas, in any positions we held in the family canvas or the socio-political canvas, we get swindled into not understanding that we weren't supposed to get consumed in ourselves. We were supposed to keep our attention and intention towards the positions we were given. We mentioned how Ali al-Akbar came to his master and complained of his personal thirst, and his master made him attentive of his positional thirst. That by being attentive of the needs of your guardian, you become attentive to your position in fighting. And hence he fought more valiantly if you read history. Understand? A thirsty individual goes to fight. You would expect that if he continued the fight would diminish, correct? What lesson has Abu Abdullah taught his son regarding attentiveness? That you go look at the history books, the vigor in fight increased. When an individual is no longer consumed in themselves, but dissolves themselves in their positions, they show up in their positions more. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When we see in the family unit or in the inner canvas one position or the other, when we see in the family canvas or the inner canvas one position or the other is getting swindled, we sometimes feel that it's the responsibility for us to also get swindled. And hence we go about this particular correction in a way where we're not accountable for our own needs nor the needs of others around us. We display rage, upsetness, anger, or we become passive that we do nothing. Here, I'll relate to a unique story. A marja of his time was praying before girls who became baligh in Jashin Bulugh. One girl behind the marja started talking to the other girl behind. Your chadar is not correct, huh? If your hairs are showing, your salah won't be accepted, huh? And this girl who was in salah turns and says, yeah, but you're talking to me, your salah is batil. And the one over there said, you too silly, you both broke your salah. Understand? It's possible to attract attention through the desire faculty. See? Sometimes it's possible to attract attention through the desire faculty. Other times, it's possible to put your foot down with the authoritative and jalali faculty. Both are needed. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Another salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. One of the biggest corruptions that occur is And I'd like all the kids in particular to listen to this one. One of the biggest corruptions that occurs is when babas don't understand the impact of their anger on the kids. The baba gets angry at their kid once in their childhood to the level that the child can't even fathom. Mhm. And the baba says to himself, that was only once, huh? And forgets that the impact of that on the child remains till the child grows up. Sometimes, O children of mine, an individual grows up and remembers the day their dad got really angry when they were younger. Understand? Why? Because their father simply, there's an after to my action too. In a very similar manner, when we want to have fun in various places, Shaitan swindles us only in seeing the fun. And that makes everybody else who was there run. Understand that? We all came together to have fun as friends. I wanted to be the goalkeeper, so I simply started screaming, goalkeeper, goalkeeper. And all of a sudden, the people who were there couldn't even make teams to play. In pursuing just my need and not looking at where I am when I have this need, I get swindled in what? My need not being met, nor the need of the place I am at being met. Salawat, please. A very similar swindle occurs for the position of the Baba and the Mom. The Baba says, I want authority. And if I'm not having my particular authority, I'll simply start declaring and demanding and say, I am Baba, huh? Listen to me, huh? Listen to me. Authority, authority. And yelling authority, they do what? They ensure that neither their needs gets met nor the needs of others around them. You see that? The role of the Baba is to ensure that Allah doesn't give positions for free, huh? There are no freebies in the system of Allah. In every position given, a new hardship gets added. You see that? In every position given, a new hardship gets added. When a Baba comes over here and says that I have to be an individual, okay, who only looks after if my authority is met or not, he ensures that he screams authority out loud, such that what? Neither his needs get met nor the family's needs. He pursues authority and makes everybody else withdraw. The mother says that I have needs too. I would love appreciation and reciprocation in love. I'm the source of love. I could only give it if there's something left, right? So fuel me up. And when she is going through burnout, she'll start declaring and demanding instead of cultivating. The more she pursues that particular burnout, the declaring of it, yeah, the declaration of burnout is through withdrawing. The more she pursues the withdrawal, the more the swindler makes sure that everybody else pursues her. Adds to the burnout. Both have to be attentive and not only the needs they have, but how to go about it. They can't simply go about corrections without understanding the implications of them. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This trait of making sure we don't sell our positions short is the trait of wafa. Understand? Wafa. Yeah. Sometimes people translate it as simply loyalty. No. Wafa is unique. The appearance of divine wafa was in the embodiment of Abul Fadl Abbas himself. We learn wafa from this particular door. Wafa understands that I have capacities and I have needs. I may even be in the reach of water. Understand? Wafa distracts an individual from their need and places their entire attention towards the need of their master, their position. Sometimes we ask, what is the unique zuhur of the Imam for the believers? The unique zuhur for the Imam for the believers is that the believers see that the positions that they have, that the Imam gave them, is exactly where they find the Imam to be. You see? This attention towards your positions, every position, this is the unique zuhur of the Imam for the believers. Salawat, please. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Please recite together. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn وعلى أصحاب الحسين. We learn something unique from Abul Fadl al-Abbas. You see, in the ziyarat for this beloved of our Imam, he mentioned as an individual who had the trait of wafa. We see that while having knowledge second to none but the Imam himself, at every moment where the Imam was to speak, he didn't. While having the ability to make decisions, for he had learned them in the laps of Amirul Mu'mineen himself. While having the ability to assess individuals, for he had learned that under the guardianship of his older brother Imam Hassan himself. When it came time to Abul Fadl Abbas, not only in Ashura but before as well, he was entirely subservient to them. In Medina, the governor received a letter, and the letter says that if these individuals do not give the bay'ah, go after them even if it means to kill them. One of those names was the names of Abu Abdullah himself. The governor himself says, I was shocked. I don't know how I was going to do this. Abu Abdullah learns of this particular letter. How? Because Abu Abdullah is attentive on the socio-political realm. And tells Abu Fadl Abbas, I am going to go to the house of this particular governor. Follow me with the Banu Hashim youth. All of you have your swords with you. If you hear me speak inside, you come into. The conversation that's occurring now, we know that Abu Fadl Abbas outside can hear because his master said, what? If you hear me raise my voice, come in. And inside that conversation, Abu Abdullah's life is threatened. Abu Fadl Abbas doesn't go in. In that conversation, the governor threatens Abu Abdullah's life. You see that? Any less individual, a person who was not attentive of their position, a person who got swindled by the skills of their person, the power of their arms, the sharpness of their intellect. You see that? A person who got swindled in the skills Allah had blessed their persons might at that particular point have entered that particular governance. Abu Fadl Abbas showed wafa then too. My master said, when he raises his voice, come in. His life has been threatened. Inside, I am ablaze. But alas, the voice of my master till now has not been raised. You see that? The one who controlled his sword before Karbala also controlled his sword in Karbala. It is narrated that when the children of the tents of Abu Abdullah became thirsty, Abu Abdullah said to Abu Fadl Abbas, me and you both will go out to get water. They made a unique pact. So we would attack the flanks, 2 prongs to go towards the water, and we will keep each other attentive of our positions through La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. As Abu Abdullah is fighting and his thirst is growing, and Abu Abdullah Abu Fadl Abbas is fighting and his thirst is growing, the too thirsty reaches the water. You see, when Abu Fadl Abbas grabs that water in his hands and sees it, while experiencing his thirst, his connection to his master is so severe. The riwayat, the Rawi says that in that point it was not his thirst that was mentioned for him, it was the thirst of his commander, his master, his Mawla. Abu Fadl Abbas had become so drowned in his position as somebody who was connected to his master that he became attentive of his master's needs first. Oh, believers, this connection is two-way. Whenever a shaheed would fall down and be struck, Abu Abdullah would run towards them. There comes a time when Abu Fadl Abbas is now surrounded by the enemies. They try to strike one arm of his, yet he's continuing towards the tents of Abu Abdullah. They strike his other arm. He clenches onto his goal, his responsibilities with his teeth, and he's going towards the tent still. Alas, a time comes when a brother hears from another, Ya akha, adrik akha. Oh brother, come to the assistance of your brother. Here Abu Abdullah is heard saying, my back is broken. The connection was two ways, where one brother felt the thirst of the other. Our Mawla felt Abdullah says my back is broken. Attention to each other made them be almost one that day. And that moment, a unique relationship for existence became displayed. With his absolute loyalty, a door for Hussein was made. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, please accept this Qalil ibadah from us. For the sake of the Bab al-Hussein, for the sake of the Bab al-Hawa'ij, for the sake of the one who represents your wafa, O Allah, allow us to be those individuals who become attentive of our responsibilities. Allow us to be those individuals who have such a severe and strong connection with our Imam that as we are approached by difficulties, we become attentive of him. And as soon as we're surrounded in difficulties, he becomes attentive of us. May Allah allow for the reappearance of the Imam, Matem Hussein.